Tom.
Donovan, was that the Darius Garland you expected to see?
Yeah, 100%. I think, like I said, to go from your first playoff game, it's easy to set high expectations and come out like basically. I feel like everybody thought he was going to come out last game like he did tonight. You need to go through that. You need to see that, and I think that was what that was. And he came back and responded. And he did it in a lot of different ways, but especially through scoring, obviously. But he still had 7 assists. He still got getting guys involved, and not really forcing the action. 8 of 17 from the field, getting to the free throw line. That's the all-star we all know, and it was great to see. And I told him at the end of the day, that's what we're going to need, continue to be aggressive.
The aggressiveness that he showed on that dunk that was probably intended. How about that moment?
Wow. Just the fact that he attempted it. I told him, whatever you did yesterday, treatment-wise and all that, this morning, do it again and again and again, because I've never seen him try to dunk on anybody, let alone a 7-footer. So that was impressive.
Chris
Fedor, Cleveland, I've not made out of it. What does a night like tonight from Darius tell you or show you?
That I won't say that he's capable, because we all know he's capable, but I think it showed a level of maturity, I think, in a lot of different ways to come out and do it the way he did it. Obviously he can score in bunches, but, it was really within the flow of the game. Nothing was forced, different things, but, he came out with a purpose, and I think that's something that, I says a lot about him, and like I said, it's within the flow. It wasn't like, he was out there doing anything different. It was within the flow of the game, and, it really helped us. And he was also defending. He was guarding, and, he was setting that example for us. And like I told him, these guys follow you in the locker room. You've been here for 4 years, you've been here with this group, and you have a pulse. You have a pulse on this locker room, and you saw it tonight with just his energy level. And it's great to see him do it with a smile on his face and, get out there. But the same token, I told him, this is great. It's over with. We got New York on Friday, so I'm happy for him.
In what way did Karras open up the offense for you guys?
In many different ways. Being able to space the floor. He's been defending this whole year. I didn't know he played defense this well until I came here and saw it, firsthand. Finding his spots, making the right passes, making the right reads, doing things, communicating, talking. He was a big spark for us, obviously having 24 points. But, for him, that's the Karras that's been playing like this since the past month and a half, whatever it's been. So, like I said, you get it from different areas, and, we take this with us and carry it over to New York on Friday.
Donovan, Nick Friedel, ESPN. How frustrated or pissed off do you feel like the group was after the way everybody performed on Saturday?
I wouldn't call it, frustrated or frustration. I think, at the end of the day, we did a lot. We didn't do a lot of things that were within our control. And I think that speaks to the maturity of the group, because we didn't let it affect us in game 2. We just stepped up, and made those plays. And I think I think we all came in here it was kind of calm, and all right, cool, this is what we need to do in order just to win the game. If we just fix the offensive rebounding, we probably win game 1. So we came in there and put a purpose on that. We played great defense throughout the entire night. So we did it in a lot of different ways. But for us as a group to come in and after a loss to be composed, calm, and understand that we can play better. I think that was the biggest thing. I wouldn't say that it was frustration or anything. It was, it happened. We'll fix it, and we got to go take at least one in New York.
Kelsey, The Athletic, going back to Darius, you said yesterday you got a chance to talk with him after practice. How much did you see that conversation really play out into today?
It was just a different look in his eye. I think no matter how good we are as players, sometimes you just need to, hear it. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's heard it from his people, his brother, his mom, and everybody. But sometimes you need to hear that, and that's the case. That was the case for me when I was in his position in Utah. I had many different guys, whether it was Ricky, it was Mike, it was Joe, it was whoever it may be. Just kind of feeding that confidence to me and understanding that. I told him, look, I'll be here. But go do you. Go do you, because at the end of the day, I've played, like I told you all this morning, I've played off ball, I've played on ball, so I understand how to kind of feel the flow of the game and not get lost, but also trying to still have an impact as well. And, like I said, for us to be successful as a team, and also for him for the rest of his career, he has to continue to be that aggressive guy. And you saw that tonight.
How did you you see how he handled the adjustments that the Knicks threw at him and just kind of the differences from game 1 to game 2?
Like I said this morning, like there's just but so many things you can throw at somebody. You know what I mean? Understanding who to call up, so you don't get blitzed. Understanding who's switching, understanding who's in drop. Understanding when you just want to attack an ISO, and understanding that, some of the shots you have to hit are going to be contested. There's no such thing as the perfect look, especially in the playoffs. And, he did it in a different variety of ways and was able to adjust on the fly. And I'm always going to be there just feeding him stuff in his ear, understand this is what may happen, this is what may come, this is what's continuously working. And it's not just myself telling him that, you got the coaching staff, you got Danny Green, you got Ricky, and when he's receptive, which he has been his whole career, man, he's receptive to the information and puts it into his work.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. Obviously, Karis did a really good job defending Jalen tonight, but how important is it when that's happening for him to also be able to attack Jalen on the other end?
Yeah, it's huge. It takes a lot to be a two-way player like that, to come out there and guard, but then also get up there and shoot efficiently from the field and give us what he gave us. So we don't take that lightly. He's one of the hardest workers. He's in the gym probably 3 times a day. He's a true pro, puts the time in, puts the effort in. And it's always great to see him reap the benefits of his work ethic, and to come out there and follow the game plan, continuously do his job defensively, just make it tough, and then to go out there and on the other end and continuously attack and try and score and try and make the right play. It's huge for us.
In the locker room, did you guys take after tonight with how the rebounding went, considering what Saturday was?
Big time, because we know that at the end of the day, we got the stops we needed. We held them to 101 points, but, we just continuously gave them second chance points. You look at the bigs, Jared and Evan, just dominating the glass. And even if they didn't get the rebound, allowing us guards to come in and take a few rebounds. So that's honestly the biggest thing, is just trying to find ways for us to continuously make the game easy on ourselves, because we're the top defense in the league, and we're that for a reason. But if you give teams 17 extra chances, at some point in time it's gonna work in their favor. So like I said, this was great. It's a great performance, but we gotta go out there and do it again on Friday in a hostile environment.
Sable, Donovan, John Sable, Fox 8. You've been in these playoff battles in your career, and JB talked about how you guys, especially the bigs, survived personally with the rebounding and some of the play. When you see a young team like this overcome that adversity so early and respond that way, as a leader and as a veteran, that's got to make you proud. But it's kind of unprecedented to see that the young team with very little playoff experience besides yourself and some of the other guys.
Yeah, it says a lot about our character as a group, and even the way we started the game. They came out similar to game 1. We had 6 turnovers in the first quarter, and it wasn't like we just came out firing, but for us to kind of get punched in the face a little bit if they're starting and just clean it up right away. I think that's something that was huge, and it speaks a lot to the maturity of this group. Like I said, when I first got here, we've come back from double-digit losses. There's certain positions where we shouldn't even be in games to win, but our character and our fight and our heart continuously puts us in those positions. And in a game like tonight, we didn't have to climb back, just continuing to stay on it, for the whole 48 minutes. And, we just have to continue to replicate these games. This isn't like we play this. We've won the night, and it was great. We have to continue to replicate what we've been doing, and especially when we go over to New York, because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be loud. There's going to be nobody cheering for us. So we got to understand that, it's gonna be war.
For you, you're going home to New York, another tough environment. These young guys. What do you say to these? What do you say as a leader to them going into this tied at 1, or it's just kind of back to basics?
Back to just do what we do. Don't make it too much. Don't make the moment too big. You guys are going to do your job. Stephen A is going to do his job. What I'm saying? Everybody's going to do their job, but just make the moment about what we do, and understanding that it's going to be loud, it's going to be crazy, it's going to be fun. At the end of the day, you want this as a competitor, but understanding that the performance we put together tonight, we didn't even have to shoot this well for us to win this game. We just played well defensively, and I think that was my biggest message, is that, yes, we shot well, we did a lot of different things, but we played really solid defense, holding them to 90 points, 101 the other night. That's what it's going to take for us to, continuously get these wins over and over again.
Ashley Bastock, Cleveland.com. Donovan, I know guys the last couple of days talked about maybe on defense in game 1 being slightly out of position that was leading to the rebounding. Did that just feel better overall tonight, being in the right spots, I guess? Yeah,
definitely being in the right spots, making the driving lanes tougher, tighter, and not giving Jalen or Julius or anybody those lanes that are right there directly to the basket. And our bigs did a hell of a job protecting us. Julius and Jalen are tough covers. You know what I mean? You still got Quickly over there. You still got RJ Barrett. Like, they got guys that are tough covers. They can get into the paint. And for us to be able to have those two big guys down there protecting us, that changes things. You know, and they did a hell of a job tonight, and we just got to continue to keep doing it.
How encouraging was it for Evan Mobley to bounce back from game one? Again, another guy who didn't have that experience coming in, and also to lead the charge in rebounding. You guys out rebounded the Knicks, for the first time all season, including in the regular season.
Yeah, different things there's different things that are going to come up throughout your career. It's not always going to be just smooth sailing. And for him to come out and respond the way he did after the first game, which was, I don't want to say uncharacteristic, but it just wasn't like Ev, and sometimes that just comes from not knowing the moment and not understanding different things. And, he took that, watched it on film, and came back and bounced back. And he even said, like, there's more he can do. You know what I mean? So that's something that you love to hear especially from a young guy. Like, there's more, that I can get done. And, I think for him to have 13 and 13 and feel like there's more, and 2 block shots, like there's more that he can do. Like, that's big time. And like I said, just channel that energy and save it and watch the film and watch what went well and watch where we could be even better and get ready for Friday.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. Going back to the boards, how much of it for Jared and Evan, like, you see 23 boards, but you probably, up that by 10 if you see how many loose balls they created and how many contested rebounds they had against Mitchell.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how does that kind of, play into what you guys were able to do just to kind of secure the ball?
Yeah, just trying to find ways to be active. I think you got to give New York, their bigs, a lot of credit. They're active. Whether it's Hartenstein, Robinson, and Quickly and Randall, just running in there, causing havoc. We met them outside of the paint, or we were there hitting first and trying to find ways. And even like the one I could think of was myself when I get the foul on Mitchell Robinson going up for the boards. Like, that's what it takes. But those two specifically, taking the fight to them, being able to hit first. And when you have 2 days to kind of think about it. I think guys they really took that challenge and set the tone for us, especially on the fast break, because we get the rebounds and we push it and we're out. So, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this, this is great tonight, but we got to do it again.
Okay, it's going to wrap it down.
Thank you.